Good morning. I guess afternoon. This is a branch of the Kettle Valley River. We're here at the rest area. West Bridge is right in front of us. Beaverdale is behind us. And it's kind of beautiful along the river here. And yes, my truck is still overheating. It's quite the slog getting up Highway 33. Big White, that climb. Yep, I stopped. I did the climb out of Kelowna, got into the flatter zone, and there's a big pull out right before you do the windy, twisty, steep climb to the top. Stopped there and took a 15-minute break. Let the oil cool off. And then did the rest. Or else I would have been derated so hard. Nice little path. You can see my truck parked back there. Take a look at the load. It's tonnage again. And kiln sticks. Tonnage and kiln sticks. 52 pallets. She's heavy. She is heavy. So we're gonna head south to Rock Creek, get this delivered toward Castlegar, and I'll be home early on Thursday. I know you're watching this on a Friday if you're watching this the day it came out, but today's Wednesday. It's gonna be a short week. They've got the truck in for an appointment. We'll get it swapped out. I don't know if I'll get any mileage in on Friday, but maybe we shall see. But that's what she looks like. So the wrapped stuff is kiln sticks. The thin stuff they put between the lumber when they dry it. You kind of space out the lumber, and then all of this is dunnage. You can see the groove that these straps sit inside those grooves when these are strapped to the bottom of the lumber lifts. So let's go to Innerford Castlegar. I've got one more hard climb, which is Paulson, but we won't get that. I'll take you guys towards Grand Forks through Midway and Greenwood. Just debating if I need to fuel up or not. Get out of here, fly. Should have kept the window closed. I should have kept the truck idling because now it's hot in here. Whew. She's toasty. Should have kept the windows closed and the truck idling. That's what I should have done. Nobody coming? It's all clear. The blind corner, that's a downside to this rest area. What was that squealing sound? squealing sound is new. It sounds like air. Keeping an ear out for that. Let's see if it goes away. I did have the truck sitting there for a while, so maybe I should have let the truck air up first. But it sounds like it stopped squealing. Definitely sounds like air. Like an air whistling in a hose. What a beautiful day though. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's very dry. Super, super, super dry. With dead grass all around. Yep, I said dead grass. That's for you. You know who you are. Had a comment that said that grass doesn't die. It just goes dormant and then gets dry and brittle. But it doesn't die. And I think you got a point. Grass does not die, but the grass blades definitely die. Just like a tree in fall, the leaves die, but the tree itself does not die. So fair enough. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe. Why? Come on. Whew. I'm gonna make it through any of these videos without sneezing. I take it he just wants me to pass. Really a comfortable place to pass on a double solid on a blind corner. I would have gladly followed till over here where it's a little more open. But what do you do? What do you do? I was going to say you do the do. I don't have engine brakes on. I'm like, why am I having to work the brakes so hard? There we go. That's going to be better. There's that whistling again. That's, maybe I was listening to music too hard, but that's new. I don't like it. I don't like new sounds. New sounds are bad. Okay, so it whistles right before the truck sneezes. I wonder if there's a vent, like a overpressure vent that is not opening all the way, and that's why it's whistling. We're just going to come to a stop. I can't make this corner without using the oncoming lane. Now we're across West Bridge. Head down to Rock Creek. Kettle River. In West Bridge, the Kettle River splits into two. I guess it's the east and the west branch of Kettle River. I haven't ever been able to figure that one out. At least that's what you guys say. It's like both are Kettle River. It's like signing and on Google Maps, I'm like, I haven't found a definitive answer. It seems like every time we come through here, there's less and less of those old trees still standing from that forest fire. And you can see a lot of new trees starting to grow. Down here. Even up on the hill, you see little patches where trees are coming back. Apparently, I'm doing 103 kilometers an hour, but apparently I'm not fast enough. Irrigation going. Get that grass or alfalfa. Looks like grass on the right hand side, a little bit of alfalfa in there. Left hand side has a lot of alfalfa. Get it as tall as possible before the final cutting. Whistling again. So hang on, you passed me, now you're slowing down? Because I can't go any faster, I'm speed limited. Hill, we're doing 95 kilometers an hour. Speed limit's 100, so what was the point of passing me if you're just going to drive the same speed I am? Once we get to Rock Creek, they'll go zooming right through the town, so I'll lose them in Rock Creek. Buddy, let's go. We don't want to tailgate yet, but gotta get going. I guess I'll slow down. Who's holding up who now? Tractor hidden in those weeds there. Oh, it's got a water pump attached to it. It's pulling water out of the river for irrigation. So the old case tractor can still run a water pump. Welcome to Rock Creek. Ha! Goomba's not even going to speed that much in Rock Creek. I think Goomba's a pretty good insult. You guys remember playing Super Mario Bros? How useless Goombas are? They just mindlessly walking around. Mindless zombies, really. The little brown Goombas. Wait, are Goombas mushrooms? Never occurred to me before, but they kind of look like mushrooms, right? Road's clear. It's a big RV. Big Freightliner. I would like something like that. tank of fuel. I'm thinking of just topping off a little bit here. I'm not sure what I'm getting tomorrow when I head home. So I'd rather have the extra fuel on board. This is the last, Midway's the last convenient place to fuel up. I could fuel up in Castlegar. If I did that, then I'd be guaranteed to be good no matter where I go tomorrow. Is it worth a little detour in Castlegar and fuel up there? That would be an extra 20 minutes or so. 10 minutes down, 10 minutes back up. Nah, no, I don't want to. Nope. We'll fuel up here. It's more efficient. Hey, I was doing the speed limit. I was going over the speed limit and you passed me. This RV is doing way below the speed limit. We're doing 88 kilometers an hour. And you're not going to pass them at all? How he's looking now. I got close enough to his bumper that he goes, oh yeah, I should go. There you go. No, I'm not going to bother passing the RV. We're going to do a splash of fuel in Midway. Half a tank of fuel, not even. And that'll set us up for whatever tomorrow brings. So wherever I reload, I can just go reload, go home, get to the shop, and new oil cooler, and we'll see. See how they got that rack on the back? I want something like that, but heavier duty, a little bit deeper, and bolted straight to the frame. Before I can build the rack, I need to buy the 2 kayaks that will go in the rack so I can do all the measurements. What do you guys think? Should I buy a big winch that would fit into the hidden hitch of the RV and then get a hidden hitch built on the front as well so I can move a winch to the front and back? You guys know the kind of roads I took that RV on already. I don't see myself going on much rougher roads than I did. But what if we got on a muddy area and get stuck a little bit? Have a big winch to pull us out. Should I do that? Get a winch that can do 20,000 pounds or 20,000 kilograms or whatever? How heavy were we? I can't remember how heavy we were. Just wrote it down. Get a winch that can pull that amount of weight. And could I get away with a smaller winch if it just ran very short little times, or would that overheat and then when you really need it, you'd want a winch big enough to be able to pull that RV? I think we were like, what, 14 to 16,000 pounds or kilograms? I'll have to look at just to look at the numbers again, and then find a winch that can pull that amount of weight, and then get a nylon cable instead of the metal cable. Look, he's wrapping his bales. I've never seen him running that baler before. It's a round baler with a wrapper built onto the back of it. It looks very shiny and very new. It must be brand new to him because I've never seen him running that before. Yep, that looks super shiny. I bet you he's bought himself a new baler. There's his old baler. Yeah, that's the one I used to always see. He had the Krone baler. Now he's got this brand new John Deere with a wrapper built to the back of it. That was neat. Never seen one of those in real world before. The Kettle River down there. Kettle River actually crosses down into the US over here. And you can actually cross the border in Midway and follow the Kettle River down in the US, but in Grand Forks it comes back into Canada. Grand Forks, it meets the Granby River, and then the Kettle River gets like almost twice the size. Before flowing all the way down to Christina Lake. And then it crosses back into the US. And it eventually ends up in the Columbia River. Just because I want the slow guys, or because we're following the RV, I don't want to have these guys behind us when we pull in to fuel up. So I'm going to let these people by. I smell skunk. Come on, bud, let's go. It's like he was slowing down. It's like, no, dude, go. Did not understand the mission there. interesting. This lumber mill has got some logs sitting in it again. That's new. I don't know what that means. It's not a lot of logs, but a little bit. Maybe they're just storing some logs. Lumber mill shut down. Man, a little bit ago now. It's been a year and a half. I think a lot of people that worked at this lumber mill living in this area, Rock Creek and Midway, have gone and found work in Grand Forks lumber mill or other careers, because you gotta find employment somewhere, right? This shouldn't take very long. Should be a pretty quick little fuel up. Signaling too early. I'm like, it's time to act. No, it's not time. We're next to the airport. There we go. Now I can signal. Good, nobody there fueling up. That was my sister-in-law trying to call me. Sorry, I'm busy. I can't answer. I like looping around like this. It's just a better angle for fueling up. And if you need DEF, you need to come in this way.
Turn right on Claiborne Street.
It's only got the one pump of diesel. The other stuff is all marked or gas. Right. And the card lock is actually inside the fuel tank. You know what? It's really hot in there. There we go. Block the door open so the next guy doesn't boil to death. Oh, come on. Oh, English. I have to select the language first. Hose number 2, tractor, and no, I don't need any more instructions. Go fuel up, got it. Let's go. And it's on a timer and you have a certain amount of time to get there. If you lollygag, it times out. Wouldn't want to lollygag now, would we? Dump our garbage every time I fuel up. already full on this side. Stay. Good. Fill up this side. Like I said, we don't really need fuel, but now we set up really well for tomorrow. Made a hole so big in there that every now and then the chains want to fall through. And that's from hitting the corner of the trailer into the headache rack. Even though the trailer is flush over here. But if you angle funny, you can still hit the corner. Remember the steep driveway on Gabriola Island when I got stuck there? No? Check out the video, Stuck on Gabriola Island. That's a good one. If you haven't seen that one, go see it. It's a good one. I think it's called Stuck on Gabriola Island. Not much went to the other tank. It's pretty full on this side already. Okay, we'll call that good. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I mean, I'm not in a crazy rush, but he's fueling up on the other side. Barry Beechcroft Fuel Distributors.
Turn right on Highway 3.
I'm not seeing a signal light. Which way are you turning? I mean, it doesn't really matter for me, but there's a signal light. Good job. That way. Man, that car that in front of us that was just turning there, they're just got this blue smoke coming out of the back of their tailpipe. That car probably burns more oil than gas. There's that whistle again. You guys hear it? There we go. The truck sneezed. Air compressor turned off. And then the whistle stops. But I don't like it. I don't like something new.
Continue on Highway 3.
I wonder if there's water in the tank or in the airlines. I usually in the morning just do a little drain of the tanks, but maybe I should drain the tanks like all the way clean out. I should do that. I should do that more often than I do, but especially coming back into winter, make a habit of draining all the water out regularly. Whenever you pressurize air, you get condensation. These corners are always fun. fun when you don't have a truck that you have to worry about overheating. And hopefully the oil cooler does the trick. I really, really hope it does the trick. What I should have done is put some food in the toaster oven. Just realized I'm getting hungry. The truck that's behind me now is the one that I let pass at the scale. The trailer that didn't understand what their job was to get by me quickly. So they too pulled over in midway. Definitely derated here already. It seems like when we hit 240 Fahrenheit on the oil, the truck derates me. Climbing these hills much slower than normal, but I mean, it's probably a good thing it derates you. You don't really want the oil to get hotter than that. I mean, it's still getting hotter, and once we hit 250 it derates me even more. But I think we'll be fine here. I could just run higher RPM to cool off the water and oil a little more, but there's not too much more climbing here until we're through Greenwood. Is slow though. We're still doing 60 kilometers an hour, but normally we're doing 80. I know when you guys are watching, especially when I use the mirror cam, it feels like I'm flying down the highway at a high speed. Well, the last 3 weeks has been a bit slower, right? A little bit slower. Wait till the engine's all the way up and running 100% again. I've been getting lots of comments that I need a new truck. Tell the boss I need a new truck. I'm like, no, there's still many years left in this truck. And yeah, the breakdowns are starting to happen a little more often, but that's going to happen as you get an older truck. It's not, we're not getting enough breakdowns that you're worried you're going to be abandoned in the middle of nowhere somewhere where all of a sudden you're going to have really expensive tow bills and stuff. We haven't had any hints of that yet. In fact, overheating, I've had trucks that are much newer than this that had overheating issues. So really, the overheating issues have stayed away a lot longer than other trucks I've been driving. So she's still pretty sturdy. I think she still has hundreds of miles left in her before we get a new truck. And if all of a sudden something does go very, very wrong, like engine blows or something, well, that'd be a good YouTube story, right? Hopefully we catch it on video if something's going to go very wrong. That's all I ask, is if something's going to go very wrong, if it's going to go wrong anyway, let's at least have it go wrong while I'm shooting video and very close to home. Welcome to Greenwood. Some clouds building up over there, but it's been quite beautiful blue skies all day. I wonder if we'll get a thunderstorm later on. I'm just kind of starting to build a little bit way back there. For now, we'll enjoy the blue sky. Greenwood, the smallest city in Canada. is legally defined as a city because a day many years ago, enough people lived here to be considered a city. So it's a bit of a ghost town that kind of held on. Went from a big city to a small village, but it's kept its city name. Has some of the vintage old school buildings over here still. Lots of history, lots of mining, internment camps, so lots of history. Alright, RV, Sunstar, you turning off, or why are you in your brakes over here as normally where I speed up a bit? Blinky blinky. Blinky blinky. No blinky blinky. Well, what are you doing, bud? That's where we drove through faster downtown than over here. Come on, Sunstar. You can do it. I don't really want to pass anyone because I know I'll be slow once we start climbing. Looks like they found their throttle. Traffic, so I won't be doing that. Okay, temperatures have come down quite a bit. Nice. Okay, we're gonna start the climb of E-Hold with a fairly low temperature. I'll make sure I grab lower gears here as we start climbing. Oh, now we got blinky blinky. What are we doing? Are you just letting us by? That'd be awfully polite of you, but you're gonna regret that. He's pulled back on, so I'm going to let him go by again because I've got a lot of traffic behind me and we're about to start a steep climb and I don't want all of them passing me aggressively. So I'm just going to pull over and let all of them by again, including that RV, because I'm going to be way slower than that RV. But I picked a better place to do it than on the shoulder of a highway. Although I do appreciate that they did that. There are just better spots to do that than there. Go. We're going to start the climb with nobody behind us. Never mind, here come some cars. At least we'll start the climb with new people behind us. some of these people will pass me where it's safe to do so. It is a beautiful day though, with the sun behind us. Four people behind us already. This store over here, Antiques, Art, and Retro on the left-hand side. And I have never seen that gate open. They keep upgrading and making things new, but I have never... Dude! Double solid line corner, you can't see anyone coming. Ontario, you're friggin' nuts. You're nuts. And they're not even that fast. They're not even pulling away from me that fast. Absolutely nuts. But anyway, antique place. I've never seen them open. Here you can pass. Yeah, here is perfectly safe to pass. Good job on not being crazy, Ontario. Some cows down there. Hang on. Moo! See that? They looked up. Maybe they didn't. Okay, sorry. I'll shut up now. Maybe. The nice thing about E-Hold is we get breaks as we climb. Do a little bit of a hard climb, and then we get a little bit of a break, and then another little bit of a hard climb, so oil temperature can cool off. Up to speed. Can't quite get up to speed limit, but pretty close. It's probably a 2% grade here. you guys hear me about the truck overheating. 3 weeks is probably enough, right? 3 weeks of overheating. I think we've had enough. And if the oil cooler, changing the oil cooler doesn't fix it, then what? What's the next thing? Looking back there. Hold on to your horses. There's passing zones coming. Don't be crazy, Ontario here. After this little hill, you've got a short little chance. I won't go hard on the throttle. Ah, there's oncoming traffic. I'll go hard on the throttle. There's another passing zone coming soon. Actual truck lane, a slow lane. There's a passing zone here too. If they're quick about it, they could go. Yep, he's going. Okay, good job. Good job, Toyota. Gear seems to be keeping my temperatures down. I mean, it's making me drive a lot slower too. But hey, we get to enjoy beautiful scenery like this. Is biking on the highway. It's his legal right, but you're gonna die. I get there's more rocks on the shoulder, but you're gonna die. People drive fast on this highway. To the summit. haven't overheated yet. We're close, we're at 245. As slow as this is, if I don't do this, controlling the temperature like this by picking a higher gear, higher RPM, I'm still doing 35 kilometers an hour. If I don't do that, it actually goes to overheat and it derates me, and then I'm doing 8 to 10 kilometers an hour. So I'd much rather do this, take my time, and I slow down to 35 kilometers an hour. Sure better than between 8 and 10 kilometers an hour. I did that on Paulson on Monday, and it's like, yeah, let's not do that. But I pushed it like I just drove like normal. It was the first day back from being in the shop again. First day back. So drive it like normal and see if it's fixed, right? It was not. All right. Not quite the summit yet, but we're leveling out. Sudden it's dark on the other side of the mountain. Did a big loop around the mountain, and this side feels much darker than the other side. The sun is set over here. Alright, all I have to do is Paulson Pass. That one will be a longer one than this. I think when I get to the blue bridge at the top there, I'll pull over and just maybe I'll take supper there. That's a good idea. I'll have supper at that blue bridge there. Let the engine cool off, and then, because that's a good point to stop, because the last bit of the climb is quite steep. And that way you start the steep section with a nice cool engine. I like that idea. Pull over in Grand Forks and get some supper going in the toaster oven. It should be ready right around the blue bridge. I think I'm gonna have some chicken. Chicken good. Downhill now. Well, till Grand Forks anyway. But I think that's a good spot to end the video. Made it all the way from West Bridge through Rock Creek, Midway, Greenwood to Eholt Summit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Super appreciate all your support. Man, it's so awesome to see you members continually supporting us like you guys do. It's amazing. Some of you guys have supported us for a long time. Linda has stayed at the top of the list there for a very long time. Linda, were you our first member ever? Have you always been at the top of the list? Unfortunately, you guys have seen Coyote Dream's name has dropped off the list. We'll remember him forever. He supported us for many years too. And unfortunately, he recently passed away. But he said he had no regrets. The night before he passed away, he told Jess, no regrets. And my brain is kind of down that Jess is gonna kill me, but her brother, you guys, if you guys have been following us, we've been talking about her brother fighting cancer, brain cancer, melanoma. You know, it's her brother signed a DNR a week ago, and yesterday had a massive seizure / stroke, and may now be. Anyway, right now is non-responsive and going into hospice care. So we don't know how many more days my brother-in-law has, Jess's brother. So it might be. You know what? We've had a year of him fighting the cancer. Violently, angrily fighting the cancer, and he said it's time. So it's his decision. So maybe we still have. We might have days, we might have weeks, we might still have months with him, right? And even though he's not responsive now, he may have clear days coming up, right? But we must all go. We must all make that decision. And after a year, I can see why he did a DNR. Because it's hard, but sorry, I kind of killed the mood of this, but I appreciate you guys supporting. Really appreciate you guys. Everybody that's bought us a coffee, that link down below, or in the comments there, the pin link. Your name, every $5 gets you a month on the credits list. Anyone that does super chats, every $5 gets you a month. And then, of course, members, you get your name up there in colors, pretty colors. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. For now. Oh, one more thing. I think Jess is coming with next week. Depending on what happens with her brother. I think Jess is coming with next week. For all I know, she's going to go drive down and see her brother, but I don't know. But I guess you guys will find out on next week next video. So, okay, for now, I'm out of here. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you.